All right, horizontal falls.
Yep, horizontal falls.
We decided, since we were all the way over in WA, that we would do horizontal falls because there's a chance that the way they run it will change in a few years. So we figured we would spend the ridiculous amount of money and do a luxury overnight cruise while we're up here.
And we're glad we did.
Yes.
It was really good.
It was very
fantastic.
good. But before we show you the video, I thought it would be good to understand what horizontal falls actually is, because it's a bit hard to explain without being there.
So horizontal falls is it's in Talbot Bay, is it?
Yes, Talbot Bay. I've
So
made notes.
there's actually two sort of inland seas or ocean water dams.
Yeah, so basically it's tidal flows through two mountains.
Yeah. So there's a gap between two mountains in two separate reservoirs of water, which hold heaps of water.
Mm-hmm.
And the tides in that area are massive. So they have a swing of about 10 metres from low to high, sometimes up to 13 metres.
13.
When the tide changes from low to high, high to low, the water rushes in between the gaps. So basically during a high tide, the water rushes into the inland reservoirs. And then when the tide drops, because there's such a small gap, the big swing in the height of the tides means there's a heap of water rushing out.
At 1 million litres per second, apparently.
Yeah, apparently they tested it as 1 million litres per second pouring through the gap. So the gap in the wider section facing the ocean is about 20 metres.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the narrow section, which the boats don't go through anymore, is only about 10 metres wide. So you can imagine, with that much water rushing and the differences in heights between the two areas, you do get sort of like as they call it, horizontal falls. It's like a waterfall motion has created this massive torrent of water pouring through those gaps. So it's hard to explain, but it's cool to see.
So hopefully the videos and the pictures will explain it. But we did the overnight luxury cruise, so we got 5 experiences. So we had a seaplane, 2 seaplane rides.
Yep.
We went into the falls at low tide and at high tide.
Yep.
We did a river cruise.
Yep, the river cruise.
We went fishing.
Some amazing food.
Oh yes, they cooked for us. We had our own personal chef on a houseboat, so we slept on a houseboat that night.
Yeah, the jet boats we went on, well, not really jet boats, they're, I know they've had 4 outboard motors on about 1,000 horsepower of outboards on them. Were fantastic. They just moved around very easily and just skimmed across the surface. Good fun too.
Yeah, and who caught the first fish?
Kirsty caught the first fish, but she didn't actually land it, so it wasn't considered a catch.
He jumped off, but I still caught him first. So check out the video. Hopefully you like it, and yeah, it is definitely a beautiful place, an expensive place, but hey, we're on a once in a lifetime opportunities journey, so and
you may not be able to do it in the future after about 2026. So the way they're talking, possibly. Kirsty, give it a pat.
I almost want to.
I'm filming.
Yeah, they
Yeah, pay attention also when I'm feeding them. This shark is not a biting shark, contrary to the lemon shark, the tiger shark, the bull shark. This is not a biting shark.
So we can pat it.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
When we got back from the shark feeding and sunset cruise, we had canapes on the back deck, and they ceviche'd the fish that we had caught on our fishing charter that afternoon for us. The next morning we were up early before breakfast and we had a peaceful cruise around the archipelago. It was tough having to say goodbye to our amazing staff. They'd looked after us so well.
The second highest tide changes in Australia, in the Southern Hemisphere, compared to Darwin, I think, is the next one.
No, we're
Or
going to
Northern
cut that
Territory?
bit out because that's not true.
Was it?
Darwin's lower. It's like the highest in Australia. Anyway, moving on.